inside. Well, it's time for me to start to elevate. Been down too long, time to graduate. Mount up my wings like an eagle, you see. Turn all my dreams to reality. Ain't nothing on this earth gonna hold me back from my heart desires. He promised that if I have faith, if I believe, faith is half of the mustard seed. I want to be blessed, to be a blessing. Prosperous life, no more stressing. That won't know me from the moon to the sun. You keep blessing me in every session. I got to do something with this life you give. It's planned for me, that's what I wanna live. As long as I got God on my side, the hater just gonna have to let me fly. Yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living, yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living, oh yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow.
Blessed when I go.
Don't you wanna live in the overflow? Living, yes, I am in the overflow. In the overflow. I'm blessed when I go. Don't you wanna live in the overflow? So we have to speak that thing into existence. Because it don't happen in your heart, and in your life, and in your soul. So you gotta repeat this after me. See what you say, so you can say what you do. I wanna be living. And I'm gonna live. I wanna be living.
Hey, 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 what's up? What's up, y'all? All right. What's up, Sean? What's up? Hey, Alicia. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Is it Alicia? Is it pronounced Alicia? Alicia. What's up? How you doing? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I got it. Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it. How you doing today? Glad you're tuning in. I want y'all to do me one favor. Please share. Y'all can share this live with anybody y'all want to. You know what I'm saying? Please share this live. Ma'am, sir, I asked of you. I beg of thee to share this live. Yeah, I beg of thee to share this live, y'all. What are we in for today, y'all? We got a couple of stories we're going to chop up today. A lot of stuff that's been in the news. I don't know if y'all watch a lot of cable news networks and stuff like that, but Tucker Carson and Don Lemon has both been fired. They've both been fired from their respective news channels. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We won't get too much into that, let them people be in it, but it's been going on in the news today. Also, look like we're heading for another Trump-Biden reunion. As Joe Biden announces that he is running again. How y'all feel about Joe Biden running for office again, man? Come on, man. Do we got to go through Joe Biden and Donald Trump one more time? Do we have to do that again, y'all? Or are they going to force us to go through Donald Trump and Joe Biden one more time? Who y'all got in that race, man? Who y'all got? Are y'all staying at home? If it's left up to Joe Biden and Donald Trump to run again, you know what I'm saying? Are y'all gonna stay at home, man? I don't, you know what I'm saying? That ain't what I don't want to see them two old cats again. And also we got We got the Fulton County DA. She has put the Fulton County DA has put the sheriff department on notice that she's going to make a huge announcement. Everybody think it's going to be the Donald Trump getting indicted in Fulton County for election fraud, for the election meddling stuff. You know what I'm saying? And Dr. Phil, what y'all think about reparations? Dr. Phil don't think people should get reparations. We're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to try to explain to y'all what reparations is all about. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about that a little bit. And also, while we going over these topics, I want y'all, I post a question in the Facebook group, Overflow Everyday Conversations Facebook group. And the question was, in your opinion, what is happiness to you in all aspects of your life? Because, some people, they just, you hear people every day saying, I just want to be happy. I just want to be happy. I'm happy. What is happy? Are we ever happy? Is there a point in our life that we can say we are happy? Or is there always going to be another level? Is there always another level? Once you get to happiness, is there another level you got to go to now? You know what I'm saying? Is happiness always that eluding thing? Does happiness always elude us? Or is contentment really what happiness is? Can you be happy? Can you be content with something, one thing? Can you be content with one person, with this person, that person? Is that really what happiness is? Y'all chew on that for a second. But anyway, y'all, let's get into some of these topics. Like I said, if y'all watch a lot of cable news, I guess y'all heard Fox News fired Tucker Carlson. They call him a little Tuck. Tucker Carlson has been fired from Fox News. Why? We're gonna play a little bit of this. Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon has been fired from their respective news channel. Let me play a video, put y'all on what's been going on. Let me put y'all up on some of this stuff, man. I don't know if y'all care about cable news. I watch a little bit of everybody. I watch a little CNN. I watch some Fox News. I watch MSNBC. And I put it all together and come up with my own opinion about a lot of these things, a lot of these issues that we have today. Let me play this.
We'll be back on Monday.
News. Network announcing it is severing ties with its most popular host without explanation in a statement Monday. Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have agreed to part ways. Carlson anchored the network's highly rated 8 p.m. hour that topped 3 million viewers on an average night. During last night's show, the network acknowledging Carlson's exit.
I wish Tucker the best. I'm great friends with Tucker and always will be.
Carlson's departure comes less than a week after Fox News paid Dominion Voting Systems a $787.5 million settlement in a defamation lawsuit. Private texts and emails from Carlson emerged during the lawsuit, including messages from the Star anchor criticizing Fox executives, disparaging former President Donald Trump, and expressing doubts about some on-air claims about Dominion that were made on Fox. Neither the network nor Carlson have revealed why he is leaving. The popular host is also being sued by former Fox producer Abby Grossberg, who accuses both Carlson and Fox News of creating a hostile work environment, speaking exclusively to NBC News.
I reached a breaking point where the harassment was so bad that I called a crisis line.
In a statement, the network called the claims unmeritorious and riddled with false allegations. In an equally shocking announcement Monday,
Don Lemon and CNN have parted ways.
The news coming out after Lemon's Monday morning show.
So good morning, everyone. Welcome in.
CEO Licht thanked Lemon, sending this memo to his employees. Don will forever be a part of the CNN family. Lemon took to Twitter with his reaction, saying he was stunned at the termination, writing in part, "I would have thought that someone in management would have had decency to tell me directly." CNN denies the claim that management didn't offer him an opportunity for a meeting. Lemon's departure just 2 months after his controversial comments about women, specifically presidential candidate and former UN ambassador Nikki Haley.
Nikki Haley isn't in her prime. Sorry. When a woman is considered to be in her prime in her 20s and 30s and maybe 40.
This morning, Lemon's former co-anchors reacting to the news.
Don was a big part of this show. We wish him the best.
NBC News parent company NBC Universal also dealing with a sudden exit. CEO Jeff Shell leaving his role after a company investigation into allegations of inappropriate conduct. In a statement, Shell writing, "I had an inappropriate relationship with a woman in the company, which I deeply regret. I'm truly sorry."
Okay, so y'all get that, right? So y'all get that right there. So Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon both fired from their respective news channels. They fired Don Lemon. Okay, what Antoine Brown said. They fired Don Lemon because he had a debate with I think they fired. I think they fired Don Lemon. They said they fired Don Lemon because he was getting into a lot of, they moved Don Lemon to the morning show with two women, right? And he got into it with the two women about saying a Republican woman was over the hill, pretty much saying she was past the prime. So he got into it with those women. I don't really think Don Lemon liked move with those two women. You know what I'm saying? You saw the writing on the wall. Once they start moving you around, taking you out of your prime time slot, the writing on the wall anyway. You know what I'm saying? So enough said about, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, enough said about Don Lemon. But the reason why I think they fired Tucker Carlson because he cost Fox News $700 million in a lawsuit by Dominion, the voting machine that y'all go use, the voting machine that we go use, we put the card in. They sued Fox News because Fox News was on air saying that those something was wrong with those voting machines, and all along they knew that nothing was wrong with those voting machines, but they conspired but they kept the story going to please Trump. You know what I'm saying? So Dominion sued Fox News for over $1 billion, but before they went to trial, they settled out for like over $700 million, man, which is a whole lot of money, man, to be for a lie. It's a whole lot of money. That was $700 million lie that they was selling. You know what I'm saying? They had folks like Rudy Giuliani coming on to lie. You know what I'm saying? And they knew they was lying. And they got text messages from Tucker Carlson. He was dogging out the management and the folks like that. You know, so they finally let him go, man. He cost them $700 million worth of lies. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much Tucker Carlson. If y'all don't watch Tucker Carlson, he's pretty much like a shock jock for Republicans. He tell a lot of he traffic in conspiracy theories. That's what he do. He'll take a conspiracy theory and he'll run with it. And you got to think the man got about 300 million viewers a night. He's reaching these people, poisoning these people's mind, telling them lies and stuff like that. So that's pretty much how Tucker Carlson ran his show. You know what I'm saying? So Tucker Carlson ran his show like that, man. He tell a whole lot of lies, man. If y'all don't know what Tucker Carlson is, it's hard. It's hard for me to watch Tucker. It's hard to watch a whole Tucker Carlson show if you were like a liberal or you like in the middle. You know what I'm saying? If you're independent or in the middle, it's hard to watch a Tucker Carlson show. You know what I mean? You get a chance, do Don Lemon. Okay, I'll look that up. Twan, what's been going on with you, bro? This the Twan I used to work with. What going on with your big dog? Yeah, Tucker Carlson, he a piece of crap, man. Yeah, but I'm gonna research that when I'm done with the show. See what you're talking about. I'm not saying you wrong. Oh, you talking about Vivek Ramaswamy? Oh, he's running on the Republican side, right? I think he's that ain't Ramaswamy, he's like the Indian dude. Yeah, I heard a lot about him too, man. Yeah, I just realized what you were saying. Yeah. I heard of Pavate Swami. You know what I'm saying? He's that Indian dude. He's running on the Republican side, challenging Donald Trump, but Donald Trump gonna eat all them cats up, man. Speaking of Donald Trump, man, y'all heard y'all got the big announcement today. Let me tell you how old Joe Biden is. Joe Biden is so old. He announced he's running for president at 6 o'clock in the morning. That when you know you old, man. That when you know you old. You wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and announce you are running for president of the United States of America, which is probably no one really wants anyway. Yeah. 6 o'clock in the morning, man. He didn't wait the prime time to announce it like you want a big crowd or something to watch it. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you Joe Biden age, 6 o'clock in the morning is like 5 o'clock in the evening to us. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I like Joe Biden, man. But I don't think he should run again. But on the Democratic side, what are we gonna do? We got Trump and Biden running again. This is all we got to offer as a country, man. Let me play a little video of that. Let me play a little video. What everybody's saying about this going on, man. Them boys running again. It's
like the midterm elections were yesterday. Attention is on presidential 2024.
The election is 696 days away, but both parties and their supporters weighing in on who should be the candidates. Grant Herms live tonight. This conversation, though, right now starts with President Biden and former President Trump, doesn't it, Grant?
It really does. It starts at the very top. You know, former President Trump said he's already going to run. President Biden has hinted he'll be running in 2024. But the big question is, do voters want to see a repeat of 2020? And at least right now in Michigan,
we don't want to see that.
Does not seem to be the case.
The new poll from Epic MRA, commissioned by Nexstar Media Group, showing voters unhappy with both presumptive nominees for 2024. President Biden underwater with Michigan Democrats, only 24% saying they want Biden to run again, 60% saying they want someone else. The polling comes as state Democrats showed enthusiasm in 2022, just electing a Democratic governor to a second term and flipping the state legislature for the first time since 1984. Longtime friend of President Representative Debbie Dingell had this to say asked about the poll.
They have to have a community. If Joe Biden chooses to run again, he's going to have very strong support here in the state of Michigan.
On the Republican side, it isn't much better. Only 35% of Michigan Republicans for President Trump to run. 7%. For the former president, those numbers come as his hand-picked candidates lost by wide margins to Democrats in Michigan, but also other pivotal swing states. And the state Republican Party, just days after the election, sending out this poll of their own to voters, asking who they'd like to see on the ticket, adding Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and South Carolina Senator Tim Scott to the short list.
Now, we did reach out to both parties to.
Okay, so the question is, y'all, do y'all want to see a Trump-Biden rematch? Huh? We got this all we got to offer the world, man. This all we got to offer the country. Another Trump-Biden rematch. So what y'all think? Do y'all want to see Trump and Biden, two old ass goats going at it again, man? What's that, Troy? Yeah. Do y'all want to see that again? Do y'all want to see a Trump-Biden rematch? Two old... And you know what you get with Trump. You know, and that's the thing about it. You know we get with Trump, and Biden gonna be like 4 years older. I think Biden would. I think if Biden win and serves another term, he will be 86 years old. He will be 86 years old. That's too damn. You know what I'm saying? I got love for my elderly people. I strive to be there one day. I hope God bless me to be that old. But I'd be damned if I want to see an old man, but Biden the only person I see fall up the steps. You know, most folk fall down the steps, but Biden falls up the steps. So what y'all think, man? Yeah, Trump like a snake in concrete, plain sight. He let you know, yeah, he let you know, but he let you know the wrong stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, he let you know it ain't what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying? And Trump, the thing about Trump, if Trump get back in office, Trump gonna launch all kind of investigation. Trump gonna be like, I'm gonna tell you what Trump gonna do when Trump get it. If Trump win, Trump gonna be like, what the name? It training day. He gonna be like, old boy, training day. I'm tripping. I know that. What the guy name playing training day? The black man. I'm tripping, man. I'm losing my mind already. I'm gonna get you old too. Denzel Washington. Trump gonna be like Denzel Washington. He gonna get up in there. He gonna get in there. I'm putting cases on all you motherfuckers. Hey, Trump gonna get in office, man. I'm telling you, if Trump win, it gonna be real serious out here, man. It gonna be hell to pay for a lot of Democrats. Cause Trump gonna be like, Trump gonna walk up in that office. So y'all gonna do this to me? Y'all gonna do this to me? I'm King Kong in this bitch. I'm putting cases on all you motherfuckers. Trump gonna be hell, man. I'm telling you. If Trump win, and I think that's the only reason why Trump running anyway. I think only reason Trump running he trying to evade all these charges. He trying to get all these cases off him, man. If that's the only way he can avoid going to jail, if he's the president, I'm saying he gonna fire everybody who got something to do with his case. That's how Trump gonna do it, man. That's the only reason he want to run. But one thing I am looking for on the Republican side. You're right. It might be a purge. It might be a purge if Trump get in there. But one thing I am looking for on the Republican side is Trump versus DeSantis. I'm looking forward to that matchup. Trump, they already been throwing shots at each other. But I think if DeSantis run, I think he would beat Biden. The poll got the only person I think Biden can beat head to head is Trump. And that because it ain't because people want Biden to win, it's because people don't want Trump to win. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be the one two elections because people voting against the guy and not for a guy. You know what I'm saying? So what y'all think, man? I don't want to see another Trump Biden election. You know what I'm saying? Crazy Trump and Sleepy Joe. You know what I'm saying? We got a crazy man running, and we got a man who might fall asleep at the podium at any time. He might fall asleep. You know what I'm saying? But as a Democrat, he all we got, man. It's just all we got. The Democrat got to do better than this, man. You know what? People ain't even running off the economy no more. People vote off who they like now. People don't even vote for the issues no more. And that's the sad thing about America. People used to vote issues. You know, like kitchen table issue, like, can you put some money in my pocket? Like, am I gonna have a job? Stuff like that. We used to vote like that. Now we vote for who we hate, who we like. Who know what I'm saying? We vote for people who we don't like, even if they got good policies. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people like Trump. You know what I'm saying? He had good policy. He just couldn't shut him out. He just couldn't be presidential. My opinion, I think we need a younger guy. I think we need a younger guy, more vibrant. And I think America has lost a lot of respect around the country because people just don't respect the old guys, man. People just don't respect who we picking. So the voters, I blame us for continuing to send these old folks to the, and like I say, I don't have nothing against old folks. I love my old folks. You know what I'm saying? I want to be old one day. I want to be old one day, but I just don't think that's a good move for us. You know what I'm saying? Right now. And speaking of Trump, let me talk about this a little bit. Fonnie Willis, she put the sheriff department on notice. She put them on notice, saying she got a big announcement, and I think everybody know what the announcement gonna be. Trump will be in it again.
Putting law enforcement notice, the Fulton County District Attorney in the 2020 election probe could come as mid-July.
And this new information is coming from DA Fonnie Willis. She is now asking the Fulton County Sheriff and the Atlanta for more security. 11 Alive's John Sherrick is on that story for us tonight.
The letter from the Fulton County DA hand-delivered to the Fulton County Sheriff and Atlanta Police Chief for everyone to be prepared early as mid-July for possible criminal indictments of former President Trump and others that could generate the need for a lot of extra security in Atlanta.
This is something that that is turbocharged, infused with emotion.
Former DeKalb County Attorney Robert James, who is not associated with the Fulton County investigation, says it makes good public safety sense for Fulton's DA Fonnie Willis to put law enforcement on notice. Willis writes that possible indictments could come during the grand jury term that begins July 11th and ends September 1st. In the letter, she does not mention Trump or anyone else by name. She's investigating Trump, along with state office holders, for possibly trying to interfere with the results of the 2020 elections to try to overturn Biden's win in Georgia and declare Trump the winner. Because of the potential for criminal charges, quote, the need for vigilance will increase, and the announcement of decisions in this case may provoke acts of violence.
This is an issue that, has split our country. People feel very passionate about it. What if you look up and there are 20,000 people outside of the Fulton County?
Y'all share this live, please.
Robert James says it is an unusual letter for the DA to send, but this is an extraordinary case. The letter telling the world more than just the words she put on paper.
Well, the message is I'm ready to go, right? That's the message. Everything is in place, that we know what we're doing and we know who is the subject of this, and we're ready to move forward.
Atlanta police responding, the department will be ready to protect everyone's First Amendment right to protest peacefully and ready to respond to any illegal activity if necessary. From the Fulton County Courthouse in downtown Atlanta.
So, Vonnie, I keep making her name messed up. Vonnie Willis is just about ready to indict Trump. So now here's the thing. Here's the thing I understand about Republicans. Y'all willing to vote for a man with 2 impeachments, two or 3 indictments. I mean, like, this man got more mints than peppermint patty. This man got 2 indictments, 2 impeachments. I mean, this is the people we sending to the White House. You know what I'm saying? These are the people we sending to the White House. We have really lost our mind as a country, man. We ain't even trying to pick good people no more. We just grabbing people out the woodwork. We just picking anybody out the woodwork and trying to make them run for office. So the man got 2. No, of course he has no morale, no morals. And that's the thing I understand about the Republican Party. They supposed to be the party of morals. They always talking about God, bringing God back and God this and God that. But then you go out and vote for a man who has no God in him. And to me, I think it's the most dumbest thing I can. First of all, the man has no morals. The man got 2 impeachments. The man he might have 3 indictments by the time, it's time to vote. Trump might have 3 indictments. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, Trump is must-see TV, man. I love him or hate him. The dude gonna give you some material. You know what I'm saying? He gonna give you something to talk about. Like the song said, let's give him something to talk about. And he give you a lot to talk about, man. So anyway, man, I don't know what to say about that. But she put the DA and the Atlanta Police Department on notice. I don't think she'll do that if she wasn't gonna indict Trump. And I heard some more people, maybe Giuliani gonna get indicted. They need to indict old boy. What his name? Lindsey Graham too. They need to indict his old butt too. You know what I'm saying? They need to put term limits on all these folks, man. These folks are in there too long. Let me move on though, man. Let me move on. We about 2 years. We 2 years away. We're about 2 years away from election time, man. So y'all hang on to y'all hold on to your hats, cause it's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a show. It's gonna be some fireworks, especially on the Republican side. Joe ain't gonna do too much, man. Joe just gonna be sleeping. Oh man, Joe Biden and Donald Trump rematch. What a country, what a country. But anyway, y'all, let's move on to something else. I want to talk about reparations and what did Dr. Phil think blacks would. Dr. Phil think he think folk would blow the money in months. If you give black folk their reparation, they will blow it. That's what Dr. Phil said. Now that's coming from a man. Who owe everything he got to a black woman. Everything that Dr. Phil got, he owed to Oprah Winfrey. Nobody would know who Dr. Phil was if it wouldn't be for Oprah Winfrey. Let me play what this chump said, man. I like using I don't know if y'all watch let me see the video. I don't know if y'all watch Rashard Ritchie, man. He comes on at 7 o'clock every morning on WLK, man. Probably one of the smartest black brothers out there. You know, so let me
Dr. Phil says it would be an absolute disaster if you gave black people money reparations. Here it is.
The first condition is that reparations should be paid to Black Americans whose ancestors were enslaved in the United States. And this requires an expenditure of $14 trillion, which would be distributed evenly across the 40 million Black American descendants of U.S. slavery. That would be approximately $350,000 per person.
If you take $350,000 or $800.
Hold on, did he say $350,000 a piece? Woo, boy, show me the money, y'all. Show me the money. Come on with the $300-something thousand. I don't know about y'all, but I want my money. I want what's coming to me. Like Eddie Murphy said, boy, I want what's coming to me.
$40,000, and you write a check to any group of people, black, white, poor, homeless, whatever.
See this how they do. Anytime they don't want black folk to get some, anytime they don't want black folk to get some, they put everybody in the mix. You know what I'm saying? That way they can cover themselves. You know what I'm saying? So what if they get it? What if they get it? Well, my barber Shaw gonna educate y'all on the fact that everybody else did get reparations.
You give any people that much money and say, there you go, best of luck, and you come back in months, they're going to be broke. So that would be an absolute disaster as opposed to help in creating generational wealth as opposed to income.
Right.
That would be an absolute disaster.
What's up, guys? Alex here from ZBEC.
They're going to do a commercial break on me.
Our news. Is the laptop.
Don't you dare allow this con artist to persuade you away from the real conversation. He is a con artist in my humble opinion. Let me tell you why I think Phil cons people. He masquerades as if he is some kind of redeemer by exploiting the problems of everyday human beings and typically not providing the holistic support required to create a generational remedy for the dysfunction. Now, Dr. Phil decided opine on reparations. He's factually incorrect on a few things. Number one, Doc, you owe your entire day.
While we listen to this, y'all, tell me what do y'all think reparations should consist of? You know what I'm saying? What y'all think reparations should be? Free college, or no paying no taxes for black people? Do I think we're gonna get $300,000 a piece? I just don't think that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I think it's gonna come into the form of some like free college for everybody who want to go to college. Then you're gonna have to say, what about the people who older people who not going to college? So now you're gonna have to say like maybe no taxes for about, you know what I'm saying, for the next 25, 30 years of your life. You don't have to pay taxes. That'll help. You know what I'm saying? So let me get back to the video. What do y'all think reparations should be for black Americans? And nobody else. This just for us. You know what I'm saying?
Damn career woman named Oprah. You need to be careful here. Facilitating the conversation is one thing. Trying to take it over is something else. Professor Doherty had good points. He was calculation question given directly to him. Not the only way possibly to do reparations, but I'm going to break down how actually America is for reparations. Dr. Field likely is for those reparations as well. Here it is.
I like how he breaks this down.
And some folks on social media dragging him to hell after he said providing cash reparations for slavery will be an absolute disaster. During an episode of his talk show on April 18th, the talk show host made the statement after the economist from Duke University.
By the way, y'all, if y'all want to come on live and check with me, y'all
can. Jr., who said 14 trillion should be distributed evenly to the 40 million.
If y'all want to come on live and chat with your boy, man, you're more than welcome. Holler at your boy. I'm finna post the link on the screen. Y'all want to come on
black
chop it up with me,
y'all
welcome to do so.
It comes out to $350,000 per person, holistically inadequate. The payments would be an attempt to help eliminate the wealth disparity between black and white Americans, which he said is about 840,000. The professor co-authored the book From Here to Equality, Reparations for Black Americans in the 21st Century. Let me say this about the concept of reparations, because some people get it confused with a handout. You see, reparations means repair. That's what it means, typically in the context of governmental repair. And in order for you to get to that repair, you must acknowledge that something has been broken. Once you acknowledge something has been broken, you then seek to find what or who broke it, because they are responsible to fix it. Well, in this case, we're talking about the United States government. The government broke it. So when there's an argument about, well, this is about white people paying for black people, hell no. I pay taxes. That means that my tax dollars will go to the same reparations that we're trying to correct. Everybody pays taxes in America, all right, virtually. So you go to this argument of, well, they're not ready for the money. That's basically what Dr. Field is saying. Now, he tried to straighten it up afterwards by saying, oh, hey, I'm talking about any group of people. No, you weren't. That the whole damn show, sir, is about reparations to black folk, not just reparations. Reparations to black people was your show. So let's go down the list here. There is a substantial history of the United States government providing financial assets to white citizens when it did not provide similar assets to black citizens, said the professor. The U.S. government gave 1.5 million white families in the United States 160-acre land grants in the Western Territory under the Homestead Act of 1860. These folks did not know how to even farm. That was a transfer that has resulted in a situation in which 45 million living white Americans are continuing to benefit from those same land patents. It takes Dr. King's speech, breaking this down, to give you a full appreciation for how it created immediate, instant generational wealth for white families only in the United States of America. And then they gave them, there's more. By 1992, I want to remind you of this. By 1992, the U.S. government eventually dispersed more than 1.6 billion. That's equivalent to 3.67 billion in 2021 in reparations to 82,219 Japanese Americans who have been illegally incarcerated during that saga. Once again, wholly inappropriate as far as the number is concerned, completely undervalued here for what carnage they created. But it is a reparations package that the government passed. They did not wax poetic about, will the Japanese be able to spend this money the right way before we give it to them? No.
Yeah, Antoine. Yeah, Antoine. I know a lot of people don't know this, Antoine. A lot of people don't know this about reparations. That America been giving out reparation to everybody. It's just the thing that they don't want to give it to black folks. What's up? I got my boy Stanford in the building, man. What's up? What's going on, Stanford? I'm good, my brother.
None. Checking in, brother, seeing how you doing and everything, and want to chat with you about these topics.
Yeah, I'm on the reparation part now. I'm letting my boy. I don't know if you heard of Rashard Richard, man. Probably one of the brightest brother on radio. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's in Atlanta. I believe he's starting to be a lawyer or something right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's starting to be a lawyer. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
he's pretty good, man. He does a little funny segment called "I Wish a Karen Would," or he used to do it or something.
Yeah. He do that. He do that too. Yeah, he do that too.
Yeah.
Let me play a bit.
Yeah, I know who he is, and he's well known too.
Yes. After World War II, Congress created the Indian Claims Commission to pay compensation to any federally recognized tribe that had been seized by the United States. Once again, wholly inappropriate for what they did. Still a form of reparations, government repair through the payment of dividends or even other benefits. Not enough? Well, slave owners received reparations as well. On April 16, 1862, President Abraham Lincoln signed a bill emancipating enslaved people in Washington, the end of a long struggle. But to ease the slave owners' pain, the District of Columbia Emancipation Act also paid those loyal to the Union up to $300 for every enslaved person freed. That's right, slave owners got reparations. Enslaved African Americans got nothing for their generations of stolen bodies, snatched children, and expropriated labor other than their mere release from legal bondage. There you have it. So next time Dr. Phil will provide his conclusive way of not giving Black people what they already earned, I want you to keep something in mind, Doc. You know how many families get generational wealth transferred to them and they may not be ready for it? Will there be some level of mismanagement? Of course. But that's not the prerequisite. It is already their money. Deal with it. All right. Ravonna, thoughts here?
Yeah, I really have a hard time seeing criticisms of reparations as anything other than racism, because we already have a system in the United States where we agree that people can be made whole by.
So, bro, what's your thoughts on this, man? What are your thoughts on the reparation issue, man? And what Dr. Phil said, you know what I'm saying? Saying that if you give them reparations, I think one of the Black scholars on there, he calculated that every Black American, I think they said at $14 trillion, they would get every Black American at least $300,000, which I don't think that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? But that was a dollar amount that they put on it. You know what I'm saying? $14 trillion in reparation money.
That's not going to. That would never happen. That would initially almost bankrupt this country, I think. Is it deserved? Yes, and then some. More should be given, in my opinion.
But let me ask you something. How would that bankrupt the country? Given all the money that
$14 trillion,
given all the money that we have given out over the years to to countries that, you know what I'm saying, we have no idea what they're doing with it. If you add up all the money, what about almost $30 trillion in debt already? So what the hell 14 more gonna do, man? You know what I'm saying? But see, you gotta understand, if we're gonna put the money back into the system eventually, right? Cause what we gonna spend it? What we gonna spend the money? It ain't like we got no offshore accounts and then we gonna store the money in. So people gonna be buying houses and cars and stuff like that.
Are they going to tax the money?
You know they pretty much gonna tax the money. You know what I'm saying?
So
They're
it'll
gonna
be
tax the
so
money.
they're going to get some more back even through that.
Yeah, but you give me $300,000, you can tax all you want to. I don't think you know what I'm saying? I don't think nobody gonna be worried about paying taxes. You know what I'm saying?
You understand? No, I'm not talking about the people. No, I'm talking about the country's going to receive some of that money back. You know, so what?
And also some of the payments gonna be coming from us ourselves. We actually gonna be paying ourselves back if we are taxpayers too, right? So we're gonna be paying ourselves reparations at the same time.
Do you know what's common about, from what I've just seen? Only from what I've seen, is common about all those other countries that we gave reparations to. Whether not we, but the United States gave reparations to.
What's
that all the people that was there, that they labeled what was it, the Japanese I just seen, and then you have the Indian stuff. You know, they have their own country to go back to.
Yeah, and that's my point. That's my point. You know, they got their own country to go back to. Sound like froze up a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's my point. But they sending money to their people back home.
You're not. Let me finish. What I'm saying is that we in what they call a diaspora. We have no country to go back to, really. Look at Africa right now. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think a lot of African Americans, if we did get that money, there's going to be some mismanagement of funds. Yeah, some people will do the wrong thing. Some people will actually go out there and just waste it. That's true. But I think the vast majority is not going to do that.
I agree with you, but it's their money. They can waste it how they want to waste it. You know
right?
What I'm saying? So and one thing about it, once we get it, we can't be saying we need more reparations because you got it. Now how you spend it, how you spend it is on you.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And how is the money being dispersed to those individuals in these different countries? Like when we gave reparations to Japan, was it to individual citizens or was it to the government itself? And they dispersed it a certain way.
From what he explained, it was individual citizens. Okay. Every citizen's got that money.
Okay.
Every citizen got, everybody who was like the Japanese, everybody who was enslaved, in jail during that time, they got reparations.
You talking about during like World War II or something?
That's probably why you see these folk got stores on every corner now. You know what I'm saying?
Japanese?
Koreans. Yeah, all of them, they're all the same to me. I look at all of them the same to me.
Trust me, they're not the same.
Now that might be racist. That might be racist to say, but
they get offended when you can't call a Japanese person Korean or Chinese, man. They don't like that.
I can understand.
Hello,
Jenny.
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good. You got a good mic over there too, girl.
Really? Okay. My laptop has been doing some updates, so.
Yeah, we on the topic of reparations right now. Dr. Phil made a statement. He don't think he's not for reparation. He also added that he think people will blow it in a matter of 6 months. 300. They calculated the $300,000 per Black American. You know what I'm saying? And he say they're gonna blow it in 6 months. So that'll be good for the country. Then they blow it in 6 months.
Well, it's a racist thing to say for sure. White people probably would do the same thing. I don't think, it would just be us that could blow money in that way. But I also too think that that it would never happen because that would empower us. And even though there are a lot of people in our, I guess, race nation that would probably not do good with the money, or just, blow it on just things that has nothing to do with growth and investing, I think there's a lot of us that would open up a lot of opportunities for us to grow and have our own. And they don't want that. They don't want us to have that kind of power.
Yeah, I believe, yeah, because they know if they give us reparation, they would lose the stronghold on us as far as, because they need a lower class citizen. This country has always had a lower class citizen that they can kind of like use, on a lower level, the laborers. They need laborers. And if they give out $300,000 to every citizen, they're gonna lose a lot of laborers. I mean, you're gonna have people, they're gonna be looking for there gonna be so many job openings, maybe they're gonna have to get their own kids in there to do the work again. So I think that's the reason why they don't want to give reparations, because it'll make so many black people. I mean, you got $300,000, you ain't going to work for $10 an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
McDonald's wouldn't have no workers. You know what I'm saying? And they looking at that like, damn, we give them this money, who gonna work? So,
and see, we're very creative people. I mean, we created a lot of things, a lot of inventions that everybody uses, whether people know that we invented certain things or not. They just don't want that. I think there's a fear. And then also too, you had mentioned earlier about that they would have to recognize or put out there why they're would be giving us this money. They don't want to admit the wrongs that have been done to us to even explain why we would have that type of reparation. So I don't think that will open up a whole nother conversation about, well, why? That would expose them.
Well, they know why we supposed to get it, because they stole a lot from us. They took a lot from us. We worked and tilled this land for years and years and years and didn't get paid. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they know why we deserve it.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And they took land and they even put it on paper. They was gonna give us something. You know what I'm saying? 40 acres and a mule. But that was back then, you know what I'm saying? The 40-acre mule them turned into 100 acres in a Cadillac, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, and they would have to acknowledge, all of that, and they're not going to do that.
So, Jenna, you think it's easier for them to acknowledge what they did to the Indians?
Probably so, because from what I understand on a spiritual level, I mean, we are that people. We're the nation of people that nobody really wants to acknowledge that, we're God's people. And no matter how political we can talk about it, it's spiritual. So that's a whole nother layer that they don't want to tap into. So it's easier, to acknowledge.
I tend to agree with you when you say that it's spiritual and it's a whole nother layer. I think it goes deeper than that. Reparation isn't really about, in my opinion, it's bigger than what the money is. It's the acknowledgement,
right,
of us.
Yeah.
And I think that they, or people who are against it, they know deep down that we are right in a lot of different ways, right. And they know how things are. Some people know the truth, and some people rather practice cognitive dissonance,
right,
and pretend like that it's not there, with false pretenses. So they're being very disingenuous. So it's weird to me. So I agree with you 100%. It's more than just the money. Right. It's bigger than that, and they don't get it yet. I don't think they understand it yet.
Right.
But that goes to show you, to tell you that, us as people, we are, like you said, we are spiritual people. We are rhythmic people and stuff, whatever. We really are. So we can see these things, and when you deal with different people, they might not believe in the same laws and cultural norms that we have. So in their mind, that's bigger.
Right.
You know, so I tend to agree with you on that part. I really do. I really do.
Yeah, so I would think the money. I don't think we're gonna get reparations in dollar form.
No.
I think if they do, it'll be like free college. Like I say, something like free college for all our kids, and a tax break, a huge tax break. You know what I'm saying? But the problem I have with a lot of stuff that they do for blacks, they always open it up for everybody else. They can't just do something specifically for us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It always has to include everybody else. And we try to get something specifically for us. You know what I'm saying? Something just specific for us. We the only one gonna get this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So don't open it up for everybody else.
Well, black people don't do that either for us.
True.
We got to blame ourselves on that too.
Yeah, true. I agree.
Let me play a little bit more of that other discussion they was having on this panel. Before you see what
I think today I've heard some very disheartening and dangerous statements. I think we have to be careful in what traumas happen to our family, not to let them affect our worldview, right? Because my brother-in-law was killed by the police, which I know was founded to help capture enslaved people or newly freed people. So we have to make sure we have all the facts on what's going on. Or to say that we don't still feel the effects of what happened 150 years ago. I don't know Patrice, but I know my great-grandmother was a slave. And I know that the reason I feel a sort of way when I get pulled over is because of what happened to the newly freed people. And I know that reparations is equal to accountability, which our country fails to do, right? Right now, we're talking about modern day book burning by whitewashing history. We don't want to teach people that look like me what really happened to our ancestors. And I think that's equally dangerous. And I think that it's incumbent upon all of us to know what America came from, right? There's a reason we don't do the third stanza of the Star-Spangled Banner, because it references something we don't want to take accountability from, where reparations starts that conversation. Maybe it's not a payment, maybe it's education, maybe it's taxes, but first on is owning our history.
Like I just said,
we don't want to do.
Yeah. Okay, who else has comment? Over here?
If it's about discrimination as well, where do other races fall into all this, such as the Hispanic community or the Asian community? Do they get, monetary value as well? Or is it more focused on just, one community?
So anytime we talk about Black Americans and reparations or what's happening today and how it connects to chattel slavery, everybody suddenly wants to talk about everything else. Let's talk about classism. And there is an intersection between classism and sexism, but we're not talking about that right now. Now you want to say, well, what about everybody else? This is what happens. This is why nothing has been done all this time, because we can't stay focused on one issue at a time. We're talking about something very specific that we want to address that has not been addressed. So we need to face that first. Once we do that, or while that's happening, we can be addressing other things too. But we can't keep gaslighting and being like, well, people who are poor, they're dealing with issues too. People who are from the Asian community are dealing with issues too. No one said that they weren't, but we're trying to deal with one issue and get solutions for that first, because it should have happened a long time ago and it still hasn't happened. So it's time to pay up.
I love that.
Homegirl said it's time to pay up, man. Pay the piper.
Yeah, I loved her response.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking about. We get every time they get the conversation going, somebody else will jump in and say, "What about us? What about you?" You know what I'm saying? This is about us now. And I think Black people got to galvanize and come together. If we keep saying we ain't gonna never get it, we ain't gonna never get it. You know what I'm saying? But if we all come on one accord and say we want it, stop saying we ain't gonna get it and start telling them, no, we want it.
Yeah.
Give us what you owe. Like I said earlier, give me what's coming to me. You know what I'm saying? So we can't keep saying we're not going to get it. If we keep saying we're not going to get it, in our mind, that's almost like we're saying we don't deserve it.
Right.
But this stuff is written. This something you promised us. This something this something you deserved. This something we deserve. This something you owe us, and this something you said you was gonna give.
I
know what I'm saying?
I don't think it means that if we say that, I don't think it means that we don't deserve it. I think it means that we're not going to work for it.
No, what I'm saying.
In other words, is this is what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this: is that we're not going to. A lot of us aren't going to put in the work to get what is deserved. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we don't deserve it. I'm not saying we won't work. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is that we won't put in the work to get it. You understand what I'm saying? Like there's certain people as in certain positions that can actually do that and help and champion this too. You know, but we're not going to do that.
Well, I guess what I'm saying is it's like when you're going for a job, you're applying for a job, and you leave the interview saying, "Oh, I know they ain't gonna hire me." You already sowing the seed of doubt. When you sow that seed of doubt, it's like your expectation is so low that you're good with not getting it. We got to stop being not good. We got to stop being good with not getting it. What's owed to us. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with you. That's not what like I said, I agree with you. What I'm saying is we're not going to do that. That's what I'm trying to say. That we're for some reason, I don't know why. We just won't. I would, but if I go out there by myself with a clipboard and petition the United States government for black people to get reparations, people are gonna slam me door in my face. Right or wrong? They're gonna think I'm a nutcase. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, if you're out there by yourself, but collectively,
okay, I can get 100 people. I get 100 people.
We can all get on the same page. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the point. I agree. I'm telling you, I actually agree with you. I'm just saying that for some strange reason, I don't know.
Yeah, but like Duke said in the video, it probably was more likely that it would come in the form of a tax break, a real huge tax break, or you know what I'm saying, like stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be specifically for us.
Do Indians don't pay taxes, do they?
I'm not for sure if they do.
I think they like tax exempt or something, or I'm not sure. Don't quote me on.
So are they like a sovereign people or something?
Well, I guess the indigenous. I guess they would consider to be indigenous to the Americas. So I'm not sure. I think there's something with tax. They get like huge tax breaks too, and I think some of them can go to school for free, but you have to prove that you are like full, like a certain percentage of Indian. Now, when I say India, I'm not talking about India. I'm talking about you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I think the conversation is every year it picks up steam. I think at some point they're gonna. I don't know if it's gonna be my generation. You know what I'm saying? But at some point they're gonna get to a point to where people are gonna be woke and just see. Hey, look, give me what's coming to me. Like old girl said, it's time to pay up.
I tell you what, I'll be happy with free healthcare.
Hey, but
that's
it's, and it might come into a form, some other form like that, like free healthcare, real low taxes. You know what I'm saying? Schooling, but it got to be specific for us and our children. Over 50 years of it. You know what I'm saying?
Because
we can build.
It was specifically, this country was specifically built by us. So
yeah, exactly. My point exactly.
I mean, what has happened is, but what the young lady said in the Dr. Phil thing, she's right. As soon as black people start talking about something like this, everybody else wants to jump on board.
Yeah,
we are the most hated and loved people, simultaneously on this planet, man.
I mean, and that just speaks to who we are. It just does. I mean, it's for a reason. So
yeah,
nothing ever surprises me. Some years ago, I probably would have a whole lot of questions. Why do we go through so much? But I understand why we do. So
yeah, they don't want to live with us, but they can't live without us.
Throughout history.
Yeah, they don't want us.
And you know what's
but
funny?
They need
come
us
from us.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what's wild about it.
Yep.
You know? Yeah. The narratives are the narratives, and people believe what they want to believe, man. You know, but man.
But let's move on. Earlier this week, I posted a question, man, in Facebook, and I began to hear a lot of people say cliche-ish type stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to be happy. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? So, and it made me think, what is this happiness everybody's searching for? And you 50, 55, 40 years old, you ain't found it yet. What is it? You know what I'm saying? What is happy? What makes you happy? What makes you happy? What is this happiness that everybody's searching for? Is it
So you're asking me what's the definition of happiness?
No, but see, your happiness might be different from my happiness.
Okay.
Stanford happiness might be different from my happiness. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So is happiness a certain thing, or does it vary from person to person? Which I think it is. I think happiness varies from person to person. Like, what are you willing to call your happiness? You know what I'm saying? That's your happiness.
Well, happiness is a state of being, right? It's a state of being. So that could go with everything or anything, any part of your life. Are you happy at your job? Are you happy in your relationship? You know, are you happy with your life's purpose? So happiness, from what I gather, and I love the question you asked, is just a state of being. And so when you define it in whatever part of your life, how can you describe and say that I'm happy? Like, just say, for instance, okay, I go to work every day and I may have issues in a week, and it can be some things that I come home and I'm like, darn, it was a rough week. But at the end of the day, I'm still happy with my job because I like what I do. I like where I'm at. I like the people I work with. And the thing about it is, happiness is a state of being. You're content. I'm satisfied. I'm not going to quit my job and go somewhere else because my happiness is there. And we have to remember, we live in a world where there's nothing perfect. We live in a fallen world. So there's always going to be some things that go wrong in everything. There's nothing that you don't find some blips in any part of your life. So at the end of the day, are you still happy? Happiness, again, to me, is contentment. And when you're content, you're satisfied. So when you're at your job, or if it's a relationship, so what? You may get in an argument with your husband or your wife. But are you going to just leave just because in that one moment that you had a disagreement? No, because at the end of the day, you're saying, I'm happy, I'm content. I'm not going to throw all of this away and go over here just because for a moment. Again, we live in a fallen world. Nothing is perfect. You're going to have issues across the board in your life, no matter what. But you can still say, I'm happy. I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm not going to leave my marriage over a little phase or something we're going through. I'm not going to, because if you say, well, this person makes me happy, well, when they do mess up, so all of a sudden you're going to say you're not happy. I mean, it's a state of being.
So Jenny, that's my point then. So if you with somebody and that person changed, so now is your happiness to move somewhere else now?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you asked that, because so there's the levels to it. So, okay, just say you're in a relationship, great relationship. You get in an argument one day over something stupid. So at that moment, no, you don't feel happy in that moment, because again, nothing is perfect. But now if you're in a situation where the person just totally turning on you, they're just bringing some whole another type of energy. They probably cheating, they doing all kind of foul stuff. Then you can honestly say, I'm not happy in this anymore, because now your state of being is not peaceful. So again, happiness, I see it as a state of being content, satisfied. No, you're not going to be satisfied with somebody who's bringing you drama, making you sad, making you have a lot of questions in your head. So at that point, you're not happy. But in the grand scheme of things, if you're in a situation, whether it's your job a relationship is if you have a day that kind of just doesn't go right, you don't just say, oh, I'm not happy with my job. Happiness is a state of how things are overall.
It's
But
contentment,
nobody wants
right?
to, yeah, you're satisfied. Like it's like I ain't looking nowhere else. You know what I'm saying? You get a nice house. If the house start giving you a bunch of problems, roof leaking, all kind of stuff, then no, you're not happy because it's bringing you so much, so many issues that you're spending way more money trying to fix it up. You might as well move out and get something that will make you happy. But again, if your house has one little issue, not going to sell the house for that reason. So it's a state of being. And I think, people just have to realize that we live in an imperfect world. No person is perfect. No job is perfect. No house is perfect. No business is perfect. But you have to be content. You don't throw, and I put this in a relationship more an analogy. When you're in a relationship, again, we're humans. We mess up, but we're not talking about this major stuff where people just putting you through hell and back. But what I'm saying is somewhere you say, I'm content, I'm happy. This person brings me, peace. They bring me joy. Yeah, we had an argument last week, but I'm not going to throw the whole relationship away because I didn't have a happy day with them. It's just a state of being. It's just simply saying you're satisfied. Even on a rough day, you're not going to throw everything away. So I think it's just a state of being, because I used to wonder what happiness meant. And I heard somebody say one time, well, happiness is based on what's happening right then, right at that moment, which I don't agree with that. After I started thinking about it, and then if you look up the definition of happiness, it's all the same. Happiness goes with contentment.
I think that's exactly what happiness is.
Yeah.
Happiness is it keep moving. You'll never catch happiness, because it's gonna keep moving to another place, and you're gonna keep trying to chase it down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think there's different. I agree with that too. I think there's different times of happiness. I would say, yes, I'm happy with my job, and I'm happy about my house and my children. But you know what makes me the happiest the most? What makes me happiest the most is the fact that even after I'm gone, the people that I do care about, my kids and stuff, they're still going to be taken care of. And that makes me happy. So it depends on, it's not, my happiness comes from what's going to happen afterwards. So not while I'm here, because I know I can do it here. I want to know what's going to happen afterwards. And I set things up so that when I'm not here anymore, they're good.
But you won't be here to experience the happiness.
Well, like I said, like Jenny said, listen, like Jenny said, we spiritual people, right?
Yeah.
So I'll be there. All right.
And and I want to say this, it's like you can be in a situation where you go somewhere, just like you go to a concert and you're feeling good, or you go to a party, you go to something like an event, special event, you're feeling good, you're happy and all that stuff. And people just can't confuse the fact that happiness is not just based on an event. Sure, you can have a lot of joy and just a lot of fun in one event. Again, it's still a state of being, because some people will say, well, are you happy in your marriage? Are you happy with your job? Okay, again, just because you have a few bad days here and there, it doesn't mean that you're not happy with your job. Again, if you are going through a lot of drama, it's just ongoing, then you can say, I'm not happy, because at that point, you're in a different state. You're in a state of distress, or you're discontented and all that. So happiness can be isolated, and it can be a total state of living in different parts of your life.
I got a question. Can happiness come in closure?
Yeah,
I think so. I think happiness can come in closure, because closure is final, right? That's it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think that might be the best example of happiness. I think, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you're never gonna find happiness in a person,
right?
And I think we keep trying to find happiness in people and stuff goes and people change. You know what I'm saying? So when stuff goes and people change, your happiness has moved away from you. So now you got to go search for happiness again. You know what I'm saying? So I think happiness is one of those. It's a mirage. You know, a mirage in the desert. You see water, but it ain't really there. Then you go there, you think you found water, but they wasn't water.
I think it's within yourself. Like I think it's within yourself because sometimes I can be going through something like nobody may know about it, and I could just be having my feelings, and I can just be in this euphoric state where I be around somebody, like you be a student at the school, and I walk up to them and I just give them a hug because I'm just so happy to see them, happy that I'm at work, happy that I can give this person a hug, and it's just and it's powerful because I'll feel in that moment like, wow, I could be really sulking about this particular thing that's plaguing my mind, but I feel really happy right now because I like where I'm at, I like what I'm doing, I like the person that's approaching me. I feel like I can just give that energy to them. So I think it's just, I don't even think you have to work hard for it. I think it's just, you just think about it and it's there. A lot of it has to do with gratitude. I think when you have gratitude, it's easy to feel happiness, even when things are not really like you fully want them.
I think people, even when they take their vows and marriage and stuff like that, you know, people think that you want to be happy in your marriage, yes, but that's not. The vows don't say that. It says something else, and because happiness can change, just like y'all was saying, it changes all the time.
all the time.
All the time. I mean, you can be happy with chocolate ice cream today and then say, you know what, I don't want it no more. I want strawberry ice cream. You know what I'm saying? I'm just it's silly, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, I'm happy with this car. There's nothing wrong. It works fine, but I'm not happy with it no more just solely because I just want another one.
And that's where just you're not satisfied apparently at that point. So you move on. And I just think when it comes down to things, you know, stuff come and go as you change with how you feel about what you got. I'm not content, so I move on and get something different. And I think with relationships and people, that's a bigger thing. I think you have to arrive to a certain place within yourself of knowing what you need, knowing what you desire, to be able to really say, I am content. I'm satisfied with this one person.
Can happiness create? Okay, good. I'm sorry. I thought you
and there was a story, and I've shared this before with a few people where I knew this. I know someone who knows a couple that's together. They've been together for years, and the question was asked of the husband, like, how are y'all so happy? Like, y'all been together for years. Like, you know, what have you done to make this work? And the husband was like, you know, I realized that I could have been with a lot of different women, but I chose to be happy with just one. And I thought that was so powerful because, you know, you can, you know, you can always find something in this person, something in that person, but sometimes you can just find that one and everything. Again, nobody's perfect, but everything is within that one person where you're satisfied. You don't have to look anymore. So I think when it comes down to people and relationships, it's just it's a bigger thing. You have to be mature and know what you need and want, and recognize when you find what you need and want that you don't just throw it away because you had an argument, you know, because nobody's perfect. Because you meet somebody else, 8 months later, give them some time. They're going to do something that you don't like, that kind of rub you the wrong way. And then what? You just going to keep trading out? I mean, people that are never satisfied never really have anything solid in their life. They're just constantly jumping from this to that, you know.
But then that's all of us then, right?
No, everybody don't live like that.
because I'm pretty sure all of us has changed partners.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying there are some people, but there are some people that have been married for years.
So who's to say the new partner you with you ain't gonna exchange that one? You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But let me say this. There has to be a hope that we are not, with the minds that we have and the spirits that we have, that we're not so shallow that we keep expecting somebody to be perfect. I mean, you can be 60, 70 years old, still trying to find somebody. I mean, at some point, like, you have to look at yourself and say, damn, what am I bringing to the table? Why do I feel like I got to keep trading out? What's wrong? You got to look at yourself.
I think what people do is that they confuse happiness with selfishness. That's what I think. When people, unhappy people, or people who are continuously trying to say I'm not happy, usually a lot of them are selfish. You know, they usually, because they're only thinking about themselves.
Yeah.
You know, and just their happiness. They don't care about nobody else's happiness.
Yeah.
And they confuse the difference between what true happiness is, because, you know, necessarily mean you have to have a bunch of items. You got to be happy within yourself too.
Yeah, of course. I totally agree with that.
So, and if you ain't happy there first, you can't nobody make you happy if you're not happy within yourself. I don't care. I would never look at a woman to find my happiness. It just won't happen. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? Now she can contribute to my happiness.
You can add to it. Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because it has to already be a part of you within yourself. Because even when you're by yourself, you got to feel good about your own presence. Like, you know, and then when you're with somebody else, you bring it to them, and then they bring and add to your life. And so it's just like, it's, you know, it's a fullness, you know, that two people are bringing that to each other. So
it's a spiritual thing.
Yeah,
that's what it is.
Yeah.
I just want to be happy.
Yeah. I don't think you have to work. I don't think you have to work hard for it. I've heard people say that, and I think it may be some truth to that, but I also too think that, you know, you have to think about a lot of things to be grateful for, and you have a lot of gratitude. And it's not that you think you're better than anybody else, but you know that there are people who are going through worse things, and you have to bring about that happiness again with, you know, within the space that you're in, so that you can put it out there to others that are in your life. And when you're one-on-one with somebody, I mean, it's just an exchange that if you're not looking for somebody to be perfect, I mean, it can always grow, even when people evolve. You know, you can evolve with somebody. I mean, sometimes when we're younger, we could grow up and grow apart from people. But I think once you get to a certain age, it's kind of like, you know what, you know, again, we're not perfect, but we can grow with somebody, and it can be actually exciting. But, you know, it depends on a person's view. You know, everybody has, like I said, their different feelings about relationship stuff. So, but I think you can grow and evolve with somebody. I think as you get older, you learn to appreciate growth and change. Sometimes it can challenge you to be a better person. It can bring out things in you that you didn't know you had to, you know, to grow as well, you know, even by yourself.
To piggyback on what you said, it's you're absolutely right. But the thing is that we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
You know, we used to grow with each other. Now everybody's on dating apps and they want it right away.
Right.
So now you're getting with Jeffrey Dahmer or somebody you have no idea who you with, and then expect him or her
right
to know you. No, that's not how it works. You know, you're supposed to get to know each other. You know, back in the day, they said it was courting each other, right?
Yeah.
And we don't do that anymore. I mean, we just don't do it. They find it boring or it takes too long.
Yeah.
You know? So, you know, the greater things in life are really simple. You just make it difficult.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
You know, so.
You're so right. Like, I've always thought that about, you know, the more intense things, the greater things, they are really simple in nature. It's not that difficult, but I think we make it difficult, unfortunately.
Make it difficult. I don't know if it's exciting to people. I don't know. But I don't get it. But it is what it is. So.
Well, the funny thing is that people, like we said, people are always looking, right? So if a person is constantly looking, if they're constantly looking like all the time, and they're just way up there in age, just like, was there ever a point where you could find something that satisfied you? Like, it's like you take a person to have $100,000. That's not enough. Now, maybe yesterday they only had 10,000, then they get 100,000. That's not enough. They want more. And then they get maybe 500,000. Then because they've gotten that, now I want more. Let me see if I can get more. And sometimes people just can never get in a place. And it's not about settling in a negative way or being complacent. It's just contentment. Contentment is simply being satisfied. Complacency is another thing, but when you're aware, you're looking at it and you're like, I like this is good, ain't gotta go nowhere else. There's nothing wrong with that. Some things you can settle on. You don't have to always be moving in everything. Some stuff can remain and just build on that. That's just what I think.
It's greed, man. People just want everything.
Right.
They just want everything right away. Nobody wants to work for it either. So.
Right.
So what y'all got some of y'all want to talk about? What's going on out there in y'all world?
Well, I was actually hoping that we would talk about this Cleopatra thing with Netflix and the Egyptians a little bit.
Yeah.
You heard about that?
Enlighten me. What's up with that?
Y'all haven't heard about that?
I haven't.
No, what's up with that?
Okay, the Egyptians, like in Egypt, like certain ones, they're suing Netflix because there's a black female. Well, she's actually mixed. She's black and white. I guess she's mulatto or something, but that means black. So she's playing Cleopatra. So, and on a Netflix special, but Jada Pinkett Smith is the narrator, right? So they're mad and upset, saying that it's historically inaccurate for a black woman to play Cleopatra.
Who's saying it now?
The Egyptians. It's been all over the news. Everything. Y'all ain't hear about this?
I thought Egyptians were black people.
Exactly. Me too.
Well, it depends. If you know the history, there are a lot of Egyptians back then. Yeah, it's in the continent of Africa. Yes, and a lot of them are African. A lot of them have African descent, but they also, a lot of them, Egypt was a mixed society. They had Greek, Mesopotamian Greek in them, Persian, and African. In fact, Cleopatra actually was of mixed heritage herself. They're saying that she was, I don't know exactly what it was, but they're saying, who she, what it is exactly. But scientists, we know how far that can go, though.
She was a red
saying
bone.
that she's Greek and
black. She was a red bone.
Yeah, basically. but you know what I mean? So they ain't up arms and they suing Netflix. They actually suing them. But the question is, though, is that, people brought up, somebody said something about, well, black people's been getting appropriated all day. Look at what they did with
yeah.
And, why wasn't nobody saying anything about Liz Taylor when she played Cleopatra?
Right.
Well, in Egypt, they actually sort of did. They didn't like that either, and they tried to ban the movie and everything. Whatever they did, they did. It was it was written. The 10 Commandments. Yeah. All those white people, and then somebody retorted with saying that, well, that was back in the 60s. So then I asked them. I said, well, I'm sure the pyramids was there before the 60s, weren't they? The 50s and 60s, right? So when you go on those walls, you see all those brown people and black people on the walls.
Right.
Y'all telling me I couldn't find nobody then? And I said, another thing is this too, is in that movie Gods and Kings, Ramses was played by Australian actor, white dude. Nobody said anything about that. He didn't say, and he couldn't say it. He was like, you know what, you're right. But but it's like Chris, like a comedian once said, it's selective outrage. You're outraged because of a black person playing Cleopatra. But then whenever any other white person play anything in Egypt culture, nobody says anything.
Right.
Like I said, we are the most loved and hated people on this planet.
You heard about the freak? You seen the Freaknik documentary?
Oh, that's gonna be some problems, man.
That's
why I asked
about the Freaknik. The Freaknik.
Did you read the question I posed to you?
Nah, what you said?
I asked you, were you going to be in
When?
the documentary, man?
Oh no, I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen the Freaknik. I haven't seen the Freaknik documentary.
No, are you
it's
going
sparking a
to
lot of
be in it?
controversy. They already did it.
Yeah, I know that, but
Let me
is it
play
on
it.
TV already?
I think it's on Netflix or something. Let me see.
Hulu.
Hold on.
Welcome back to the second half of the Fact Around. The Freak Nick, look it up, Google it. Be coming back to haunt some Gen X folk, people my age. A lot of people know that incredible documentary about the event. The working title is called Freaknik, The Wildest Party Never Told, which is appropriate because it was the most popular festival among Black college students in the 80s and 90s. It was like their spring break. There are plans in motion to stop it from hitting Hulu. According to reports, a group of unnamed professional Black women are planning to file a lawsuit to stop it, claiming the documentary can't be released because they did not sign any media releases at the time. Let's jump right into the conversation. Joining me now here, witnesses to, well, one witness to Freaknik, Rob G, the general, DJ Superstar's too young, and attorney Simone Redwine, who was too young as well. Now, I think it was like 89 or 90,
Okay.
you know, and Rob, you went, right?
I was there in 91.
Okay.
You know, and that's when it took over and got crazy. Beforehand, it was, you know, it was a way for the kids from DC to have something to go to because they couldn't go home. They couldn't afford to go home. So it was just a DJ. They had some go-go bands and nobody was checking for go-go in Atlanta. So they wanted to, you know, be reminded of home. So it started out nice and wholesome. The people from Spelman and from Clark and from the AU Center, it started out something cool and nice for them, an HBCU style. But then it grew, more people found out, and less collegiate people started coming, and that's where it kind of turned crazy.
Absolutely.
It started getting crazy when the locals started going.
Yeah.
Then when it started getting crazy, when the locals started coming, boy. Dudes
Right.
start selling
It
weed.
was like any and everybody.
Yeah, any and everybody going to Freaknik. But old Bill Campbell shut it down on them, boy. He shut the
Did
Freaknik
you ever
down.
go? Did you ever go?
Oh yeah, with the Freaknik. Yeah, yeah. When that light get caught up in that traffic, that Freaknik traffic, man. You know what I'm saying? Just pull it on, just stops your car in the middle of traffic, just get out, run all the way down the street and watch some girls shake dancing and all that. You know what I'm saying? Freaknik was wild, man. I
went in 94, 5, 6, and 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, 97 was the last one I went to, and I think that was probably the last year in Atlanta that it was pretty good. After that, after 97, it was real corny. I left. Got there Friday, left Saturday morning. But 94, 95, and 96, it was crazy.
Them 90s right there, 4, 5, and 6. It was off the heezy.
Great. And the thing was that I was stationed at Fort Gordon in Augusta, Georgia.
Yeah, the team say 95 through 97.
Yeah, I was there. Trust me. The atrium and all that stuff. I mean, it was the underground, and I mean, it was crazy. I was like, "Yo, this is ridiculous."
Katina, were you on one of them cars, shake the ass? You one of them girls?
They was doing it too.
Girl, hand naked on the car
like this, man. It was just like this.
But see, what happened then when the criminal element came to it? Then it started breaking down. Then guys just raping women and stuff like that. You know, some women were getting raped, people getting robbed. Like I said, when the locals got involved, started getting into it, they ain't none of them never been to college. You know what I'm saying? It just turned into a big old world largest street party.
They knew that you knew it was the community wanted the city back because it was bringing like 20 million into the city every year. Every year they had it.
Yeah. Then white folks started getting mad. We can't get to work and all that. Well, y'all know Freaknik coming. Y'all got shut down.
Yeah,
But
man,
then, but Bill Cameron, he ended it, man. He made people so frustrated. Like if you get on, I don't know if you know about Atlanta. You get on at Martin Luther King, you had to go all the way out to Decatur to get off the exit because he had all the exit blocked, and you couldn't even get off the exit. So you just really just driving around in the circle. You can't go down a street or nothing like that. So Bill Cameron, he kind of shut it down by he blocked all the exit. So people just drive around 285.
That's all it was. Yeah, you're right. I used to get there through I-20 all the way there.
Yeah. So all those exit close to town was blocked. You couldn't get on. You couldn't get on them. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't do nothing but get off.
But 94 it wasn't. It was out. It was open in 94.
Yeah, I'm saying I don't know what year he did that. Yeah, but he kind of shut it down, man. But Freaknik, it was good when it was good, but when it bad, it was bad. Because I had a homeboy, he got shot. He got shot doing one of them. You know, you don't even know who shot him.
You know, if a lot of them women who are trying to sue it and trying to stop it, you know, because they're in certain type of positions now. You know, they don't want the dirty laundry to be out and everything.
Yeah.
You know, that's it's unfortunate. It's, you know, you was out there doing it. You know what I mean? I mean, you was out there doing it. So I even heard they had what's her name? One of them Winans girls out there. CeCe Winans, I think. Is that her name? CeCe Winans?
Ain't no telling who was in that crowd, man.
Yeah, I seen a picture online. They had CeCe Winans, Trina. Was it Trina? She a rapper from Miami, I think, right? And then and CeCe Winans and all, they was in a picture together at Freaknik.
Yeah.
I was kind of shocked about the Winans woman to be there. But they was young too then, probably, you know.
Yeah, so. But them folk had them camcorder. Them folk had them camcorder. You know, them camcorder busting it open.
The big joints too.
so they got
the big joints. We had the big joints.
They ain't got CeCe Winans busting it open on camcorder.
I didn't see if she was busting it open. I'd seen a picture. She was up there. They showed a picture of her.
I'm lost without you. Keys of the sea.
Alabaster box, huh?
Yes,
Going to
her alabaster box, but I want to see the. I want to see the documentary, man. Did it come out yet? Did it come out yet? Let me see.
I don't know the kid. That's why I asked. I know it's coming out.
I got to go online and see. I got to go online and see that.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it.
I saw it popped up. It popped up on my phone. I saw like the documentary, but I didn't look at it. So as far as like them talking about it.
All right, y'all. Let's get up out of here, man. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
What y'all got? Paul come in.
Let me say something. I'll say something right now. Hey, nice conversation. We can actually get these reparations if we stay together as a people and work and do the work to get it. I agree with it. I don't believe that the vast majority of Black people gonna waste it or anything like that. But let's get what's due to us, and let's be humble in our victories when it comes to it. Let's not, let's be humble in our victories when it comes to this. And we got to make it more than about the money, because it's a serious matter. It's more than the money. So with that being said, I hope nobody else is going to be on no more documentaries and enough like that. I hope not. And y'all have a beautiful and blessed night.
All right, my brother. Appreciate you again, man, for coming on, man.
Peace.
Chopping it up, man. Hold it down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Jenny. Jenny from the block.
So with the election stuff that's upcoming, I think we need something fresh and new. So I'm all in my thoughts about You know, we got these same two people, you know, before us, possibly, you know, one of them being our president again. I pray we have somebody fresh and new. When it comes down to our reparations, I think that we will in due time have that, but it's not going to be like we think. And I don't think it's going to come when we think it's going to. It's going to happen, but it's not going to happen the way we think. And happiness is, again, a state of being. So you got to be happy within yourself. You got to learn how to be content and recognize it when it's there, or else you'll be chasing it forever. On that note, good night.
Good night, my sister.
Yes.
All right, y'all. This is what we got to say goodbye, y'all. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. Appreciate y'all for commenting, sharing. Listen, y'all can follow us. Follow me on the Facebook page, Overflow Everyday People Show, and see all the old shows again. You know what I'm saying? And do me a favor, tell somebody about the show. I appreciate y'all. I really do, y'all. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a whole lot of us. I got a lot of friends, but a whole lot of people don't check in. I hope y'all start checking in. Check your boy out, man. We chop it up every Tuesday at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Oh, yeah, y'all. Check out my mom next Monday on Celebrity Check-In. Celebrity Mom Check-In. She going to be representing Lil Nas X. You know what I'm saying? It's a show about celebrity moms talking about what they doing lately, what they got going on and all that. It's a nice family show. Ain't nobody doing wild stuff like they do in the rest of the reality show. It's a good, clean show. Y'all tune in, check it out. It's on Peachtree TV every Monday at 8 o'clock. Again, appreciate y'all for tuning in. Go check me out, man. Go to the page. Go join the Facebook page. Start a conversation. That's how we do it, baby. Until next week, I love y'all. Y'all can't do nothing about it. Peace out.